You're listening to another Woodshop podcast, the okayest podcast of its type. Your hosts are Daniel Dunlap of Daniel Dunlap Woodworks, Peter Kapar of P-Tree's Workshop, and Braden Boakes of Littlebug Woodworking. You can find them as well as the podcast on your favorite social media channels.
Welcome to episode 256 of another Woodshop podcast. Happy 4th of July, celebrating America's birthday in the most appropriate way, spending a ridiculous amount of time in a garage, just putzing around with a beverage in your hand. Am I right? And also, as it is, the most American way, exercising our freedom of speech by giggling into a microphone for 90 plus minutes a week. So in the words of a great American poet, Carl C.J. Johnson of San Andreas, here we go again. What's up, buddies?
What's up, buddies?
He's such a, I love his early work. Yeah. Especially when he started working with Sweet. My guy. Speaking of sweet people, is Dan now just pulling up our patrons?
Dude, I am so ready. I don't know what the heck you're talking about.
Speaking of sweet,
we have 3 new patrons.
Let's go.
Trace new patrons.
More than last week.
Hey, 3.
Last week was 0.
Well, we're making up for last week.
Let's go.
So that's not a terrible thing. We got Scott Crabtree of Crabtree Creative, Brent C, and Morgan Arezzo. Those are the 3 new ones, guys.
Morgan Hop changed his last name?
I guess. I don't understand, but
guys, thanks
maybe.
for joining the Met Army.
Yeah.
Let's go.
Makes me think of the 4th of July.
She said something about hot dogs, right?
Yes. Makes me want a hot dog. I saw a post that said, make sure to leave out a hot dog for
Captain America.
Oh, man.
Speaking of hot dogs, let's talk about our VIP patrons for a moment. We have one, Scott from Crabtree Creative. Heyo. Like a Dad Slaps, the Crofty Sloth. That is Dominic. Sean Renshaw of Innovate Woodworking. Innovate Woodworking. I don't know why I butchered that every week. It just popped into my head. Anyway.
Like it's Lamoureux.
Nick at NSM Woodcraft. Chris Lamoureux at Homefront Woodworks.
Heyo.
Hey, I nailed his name. Chris Greenwood at Evolution Custom Woodworking. And in the morning, I'm making waffles. That is Duffy from Duffy's Woodcraft, Alex Duffy.
Solid
Greg
Shrek
Bennett
reference.
over at Windy Acres Works. Greg D'Ambrosio at GTD Woodworks. I'm just going to start calling that the Greg Corner. the Greg Canyon.
The Greg Canyon.
Apalooza.
I like that.
Yeah, we'll workshop it. Damon from BWG Woodworking.
You mean we'll
Jeremy Claybaugh. Bowl cut deep in a Onefinity. That is Alex Adams over at Type A Furniture. John Herbolsheimer at Living Lath Woodworks. Nick Vreeland at Envy Woodshop. Jared LaPuma from LL Builds. Tyler Booth, this month's winner for the patron giveaway over at Temecula Yard Games. Last month's winner. Yeah, you're
June's
right.
winner.
June. Oh, yeah.
Big winner.
Heyo. Henry Luton's over at Manfreda Wood. Justin Frazier at Fraser Canyon Woodworks. Sarah with Rosie's Wood Shop. El Jefe over at Maker's Way. Victor from Whim Designs. The unofficial 4th host, fired. Last one episode, still billed monthly. Oh, lasted one episode, still billed monthly. Nick Brim Woodworking.
Nice.
Speaking of Nick Brim, I just got a text.
Official Nick Brim on.
Yeah,
he Maker Camp recap last year.
Yeah.
That's how we break in 4th hosts.
Yeah.
All right, back to the list. Official 5th tier patron appointed by the 4th host. That is Max and Melissa Reed from Redesign Co.
I still can't believe they have a group chat to come up with these names every week.
I wouldn't put it by him at this point.
No. I guarantee it exists. I've never seen it, but I guarantee it exists.
Oh, you know
Wait, no, maybe they don't have a group chat. Maybe they just synced up their AW periods.
It happens after a while, after you live together long enough, or after you're in a group together long enough.
When you're right back to back on a patron list.
Yeah, that's it. Did I say Bill Burkle over at WTB Woodworking?
Woo!
Because I'm saying it now.
Let's go.
Malcolm in the middle of your mom. That's Malcolm at Bossa Nova Woodworks. Malcolm with the throwback. Remember that? Remember when we got to...
Yeah. But now he's using it for evil.
Crafted with machines and love. That is Patrick Ginsel. Ed Mancini at Mancini Woodworking. Chris at Chris Will Make. Scott Shirk at Willow Creek Lumber. Justin Bailey from Campfire Woodworks. And rounding them out and keeping them in check is Mr. John Grubb over at Grubb Will Make.
Woo!
Whoop, whoop, whoop.
I don't really know if John Grubb is keeping everybody in check. He's not. And if he's supposed to, he's failing.
Guys,
we're going to have a talk, John.
Guys, you guys us. What's up?
Big news. Rockler just started following me. So Adam Barnett finally has accepted me into the fold of friendship.
He still works there?
Oh, nice.
I thought he was Rockler. He is Rockler.
He is Rockler.
Oh,
That's Mr. Rockler
that reminds me.
Oh, what does that remind you of?
You remember when I drove to Michigan a couple weeks ago?
I do remember that vaguely.
Do you know who lives in Michigan?
Who?
Oh,
Adam Barnett.
Oh, wait. Eminem.
Oh.
And Eminem. But more importantly, Adam Barnett lives in Michigan.
And he didn't sense you enter the state?
I tried to coordinate like a little hangout with whom I thought was my friend.
And he said,
"Oh, I have to wash my hair." He always had an excuse. So it's like, okay.
You'd think because of the not beard, he'd be really hairy.
Oh, no. He said he had to shave his face once.
Speaking of Adam Barnett.
His mission. What is going on over there?
I don't know why. Why
did Braden just get up and walked out of frame?
He just left. This is weird.
Oh, I've added to my maker collection.
Your meh army. Oh, Sassy Adam. I like it.
And what's crazy, I print everybody at the same percentage scale. This is like an old size person.
Is that David Wirt?
No, that's Justin Bailey. This is this is the difference in size between Adam and a regular person.
I feel like Dave Meow messed up the scale there. Or
no,
don't blame this on Dave. He's an angel.
Dave is. They cannot do any wrong.
Yeah, no, there's no way he messed up because this is Dave.
That's like the photo of Jackman and Sam from DIY Huntress. Definitely the same height. Definitely.
They are, I think.
Yeah, of course.
Speaking of Jackman, he's ghosted me.
That's Maker News. Save it for Maker
yeah,
News.
We'll talk about that in Maker News.
Adam, it's so great to hang out. Hey, how you?
Thanks, buddy.
Hey,
let's make up.
This is great. This is an audio podcast. This is awkward. Okay.
Oh, this is really weird. I'm playing with my Maker dolls.
Speaking of Maker dolls, Braden.
Ooh. Speaking of Maker dolls, I don't know how to transition that. We have a new giveaway because it's a month in the year 2025, and Dan has committed us to a giveaway every single month of this year.
Or die trying.
So far, so good.
And so far, so good. Pete and I have drugged that goal across the finish line.
Vern would probably disagree at this point, but Vern, I promise you, your boxes.
You ever seen Weekend at Bernie's? That's what we're doing.
We promised that people would win. We never promised they'd get the prize.
People are getting prizes. People are getting prizes, but Dan has the physical prize from last month. And need I say more?
Okay. In Dan's defense,
take some of this heat, Braden.
No, I did everything perfectly.
Okay.
Last month's prize was a cacophony of random prizes that we had to pull together. So,
Siri, can you look up the word cacophony for me?
You're not pronouncing it right. You have to emphasize the
cacophony is the harsh, grating, or jarring sound of two or more pitches that are played together. This can occur when two notes are played at the same time.
What about when it's three noises like us?
We had to pull the harsh grating noises of several different prizes together. So Dan he's coordinating a lot of moving
Braden
parts
did
on
his
this one.
part. I need to fulfill my part.
Again, I'm perfect. Dan's fine, but I'm perfect and I've done no wrong. This month,
I don't know about that.
we are giving away a stellar prize worth a value of, at bare minimum, $1 million worth.
Nope, that's
Nope,
not accurate.
incorrect.
I looked it up. It's $270 value.
$270, so close to $1 million. I was rounding up.
So close.
Ballparking.
We have a set of Rockler Adam Barnett personally signed.
Nope, not accurate either.
Not that. Okay. Well, the Rockler part is accurate. We have, okay, no more bits. It's getting confusing. I can't keep track. We are giving away a set of Rockler premium panel clamps.
Still not correct. Deluxe panel clamps. They call
The
them
big boys.
deluxe.
Thick.
Deluxe.
Premium was not part of the title. It was just an adjective. It was a descriptor. The official, they are deluxe panel
hired
clamps
this guy?
in what size,
Wasn't me.
Dan?
They are at least 40 inches wide.
We're giving away some panel clamps after all the
There's
deals
panel
after that.
clamps.
We're pretty certain.
It's
yeah,
the Rockler
40.
Deluxe panel clamps, the ones that like they squeeze from the top and the bottom and the
four-way.
sides.
It's a
36 inches.
36 inches.
Yeah.
But I mean, 36, 40, kind of the same thing. You know, if you measure from the
3/4 of an
base
inch to
of
3
the
inches
clamp,
thick, 10 inches to 36 inches.
There are
36
four axis clamping clamps. So you clamp from
Mhm.
the top and the bottom, and then also you squeeze in from the
Yeah,
sides.
they help keep your big panels flat.
Yeah.
Ish.
Yeah,
Nice.
ladies.
These
Ladies
panels.
Lay these panels down because they're going to be
Nobody
flat.
likes a flat
Let's
panel
go.
like the ladies.
Anyway, if you
Awkward.
want to get entered in to win the Prelux Premium Deluxe Rockler panel clamps in sizes 36 to 40 inches.
Hold on. That word sounded way too close to prolapse. I'm just,
Oh, God.
just don't ever say it again.
If you want the Demium panel
That's
clamps
better.
from Rockler, if you want to get entered into win these panel clamps, all you have to do is go sign up for any of the paid tiers of our Patreon. Just go to iloveawp.com and it'll take you right there, or patreon.com/anothershot podcast. Every single paid tier, the higher up your tiers, the more entries you get, maxing out at VIP with 5 entries just for being there. And that's like
Wow.
$20 a month.
Wow.
So $20, 5 tickets for a pretty good raffle.
Carry the 2. That's a lot.
Yep. If you don't want to support Dan's
Habits.
addiction to caffeine bouillon cubes,
Which we'll get into.
you can go right to arethechairs.included.com, which will take you to our St. Jude's page. Every $5 that you donate will, one, help children with cancer and help with childhood cancer research. And 2, every $5 will get you an entry into the giveaway. So, and at the end of the month, we're going to tally them all up and we're going to spin a wheel and we're going to go, woo, blank, your
digital
name
wheel.
here. One.
But we do it live on the pre-show.
We're doing it live. So if you want to get in on this, if you want to win some panel clamps valued at somewhere between $276 and $1 million, go do those things I just said.
Sure.
Peter?
Hey, I'm Peter. And actually, it's going to be Dan. Dan, do you want to talk about what we're giving away this month?
Braden just did that.
I was trying to mess with you. I saw smoke.
I needed to sprint to the restroom, but I was ready to lock back in for that.
That's fine.
Like, that was going to be fun.
I just wanted to see smoke from one of you guys. Go pop it a pee-pee. I want to talk about our sponsor, WTB Woodworking, which stands for William Thunder Burkle Woodworking.
Is that what the T stands for?
It stands for Thunder. His parents knew exactly what they were getting into. This kid is lightning. And not kid, he's older than me, but anyways, WTB Woodworking, what started out as actually I love his story. He was just a guy that was like looking at retirement and it was like, honey, I don't want to keep buying wood. Let me buy a wood miser. Or actually, no, it's not it might be a Woodmiser, whatever, a mill. And then he goes, well, I need
Like
to
a
dry
pepper
it somehow. So he got an eye dry. And then now he's got this whole awesome shop, and not only a woodworking shop, but a storefront in Huntingdon Valley, PA. Every week I mess that up. But this place is awesome. He packed so many awesome brands, all the big brands that we use. There's no cheap, weird knockoff off-brand. They don't have like Braden Boakes woodworking inserts. They have Daniel Dunlap woodworking
They got
inserts.
the real deal.
They got the real
The
deal.
Denium insert.
Yeah, the Denium. Denium.
Thank you for not saying the other word.
Inserts. Prophylactics. But honestly, here's the thing. Go check out WTBwoodworking.com/giveaway. They're giving away something awesome every month. Go sign up. This month, it is the Wagner moisture meter that they're giving away, and they're
That's
super
a
awesome.
premium.
Dude,
Or a demium?
that thing is $922 for this meter.
Premium moisture meter.
Yeah, and despite the name, the readings are also an imperial. It's not just metric. Sorry. But while you're there, go check out the rest of the site. Of course, they got all the awesome brands that we love and we use. But their slab sale website is probably my favorite lumber buying website of all time, because they give you the source, the type of lumber, where you can get it, the length, average width, thickness, surface thickness once it's cleaned
Tell me
up,
about that thickness.
board feet, and price per board foot, and obviously total price. You get all the metrics, so you know how wide it's going to be, what the widest part is. You can reach out to Bill; he'll actually tell you exactly what tree came out of all that. They track all that information. Every tree it comes out of, how thick they cut it, how long it's been drying, all that fun stuff. So definitely worth checking out. Go check out WTBwoodworking.com/giveaway or /lumber, just to check out all their stuff, and go enter that giveaway, because everyone could use a Wagner moisture meter. And not only that, anytime he runs these giveaways, he does a live and he gives away a couple other things. So, might get a shirt, might get a Wagner moisture meter. Go check it out.
There's a really good opportunity for Bill to buy the domain 23 and tree and just put like all the tree tracking, like all the wood slab tracking.
I
Why
don't
you
hate
do
this
that?
idea. Bill, you hear that? 23 and tree. And then you can do like
that right there. That's the marketing.
all the history.
That's the marketing value that you're getting by sponsoring the podcast. Right there, Bill.
You're
That's
welcome. We just paid for ourselves for the whole year. I do also want to do a shout out. Late, you know what? I should have the date in my head, but it's I believe October, November, end of October. I think is when it's happening. End of October is the 1 year anniversary of WTB Woodworking. There is going to be a meetup happening in that area.
Ooh.
Yeah, it's super fun. You guys are invited. Have a fun drive. I will definitely be there because it's local to me, but it's a busy fall, guys. It's gonna be we got Texas Woodworking Festival, we got Maker Camp, and then we got WTB Woodworking 1 year meetup. So we'll see. It's mainly me, but not you guys.
Is WTB Woodworking meetup after Maker Camp?
It is. Like
Maybe I
2 weeks
just
after.
stay.
Just stay for 2 weeks. I'll
Yeah.
put you to work. That's fine.
Oh God, never mind.
Maybe I'll get some more of the ice climbing tool things.
Nope,
You
never
just
mind.
say them.
I'm coming home.
Oh no, that sounds like work.
I'm busy that week.
Oh
Weird.
no.
Guys, we were gonna have a guest that got postponed. Don't worry, not canceled. We don't lose guests. We just kick them down a road like a
Not
can.
since the incident.
Not since the incident. But I do want to point something out.
Uh-oh.
Of the three of us, I am drinking beer, and somehow I am drinking the healthiest drink of all
What?
of us.
No.
Absolutely
No.
not. Zero calories. Right
Braden,
here.
you are drinking a giant. I'm sorry, is that empty?
Almost.
Is that Pine Sol bottle?
Normally,
Oh
I'm
my
at this
God.
point, like as we're starting to wrap up the show, and I'm almost out of my jug.
Is that
at the
pea jug
beginning
now?
of the
Or
show?
is that
So if it hits a point where it starts to look like it's filling back up, don't worry, it's just magic.
Oh my God. And then Dan is drinking Liquid Death, which
is perfectly fine.
just a
It's
regular
water. It's bubble
seltzer
water.
Yeah,
But
it's
then he adds a
sparkling water.
bouillon cube of caffeine in there.
It's liquid death. Murder your thirst.
And then you add caffeine and sweeteners to it.
Nope, it's
basically adds
zero sugar, 10 calories, 80 milligrams of caffeine.
It's dehydrated boom boom stick. That's what it is.
No, we talked about if it's freeze dried.
I bought it from Menards, so it's fine.
He got it from his local hardware store, so it's probably not trash.
Although when I dump it in the cup, this is cherry, I believe. Yeah, black cherry.
It's cherry, I believe. As he looks
when I dump it in the
box.
cup, the powder is red, but there are blue chunks, and it makes me wonder what the blue chunks are. Is that the caffeine?
Those are blue dots.
Possibly. I'm just
Blue,
imagining,
or maybe it's just crushed up Viagra. I don't know.
it's just classic like cartoon graphics of like they pour something into a liquid that's poison, and the skull and crossbone cloud comes out. that's what happens.
So I was drinking a lot of Monster energy drinks.
Oh, so bad.
Speaking of Menards hit me up.
You
for a
guys fed me
sponsorship.
so many monsters while I was there. Sugar
They
free too. Gross.
Menards usually sells the Monster energy juice by the case,
Juicy,
but they were
juicy,
out,
juicy.
and it's like
Oh,
$25. It's not really a case; it's like a 12-pack. But anyways, they were out. So I saw that they were selling this Liquid Death, and there was 18 of them, and it was only $10. And I'm like, oh, that is a deal. So I picked those up, and then I was like, wait a minute, this needs flavor. So
Flavor
that's
Flav.
idea.
You know, you could just like go to the aisle with all the mixers and just get like giant things of seltzer. You know, the one with the blue and yellow and red logo on it. It's like
That
blue and
sounds
it's got
weird.
dots on
Why
it.
would I do that?
It's because it's an American classic.
No.
This is America. I thought this was America.
Yeah, I'm free to choose. It's America.
It's America.
I'm pro-choice when it comes to my drink.
I guess your body, your choice, Dan.
Yeah, exactly. Thank you.
Oh no, nope, too far.
Oh God. So what should we talk about next? We don't have a guest. We actually don't have any questions this week.
We have
How-
the one question.
We will play a video file from a
And
Is
this
it
is
AI?
why this
Is
is
it
this is
AI?
a premium, a prolapse reason
This is why you watch the YouTube. We will watch
you watch YouTube.
because it's a video of Morgan Hop from Onefinity asking a question whilst in the shower.
Whilst because this
Yeah.
is Europe.
Mm-hmm. Listen, I love it. This is what we. This
I
is
have
what-
a question. I have a
the
question
play-
for you guys.
Okay.
How you guys doing?
Hey,
Mentally, how you doing?
mentally?
Yeah.
I lost June. I don't know where June went. Anyone else lose a month this week?
How did you lose your daughter?
No, not June Ipper. That one's still here. But
Oh, God.
June,
Somebody call the CDC or CBS or
CVS.
CBS, CDC.
Walgreens. I don't know.
Call somebody.
Are
Help,
we- no, but I legitimately lost
Dr.
June.
Phil.
I feel like this summer is like flying by already.
It
I
kind of
hate
is.
it. I'm starting to get, what is that thing that you get in the wintertime?
Sciatica?
No, not Stockholm
Bad knees.
syndrome. Like Stockholm syndrome, but like your house.
Stockholm.
I don't know. What's
Stockings.
Stockholm syndrome again?
Thing you get
What? This is a
I-
bad.
in
It's
the
best to-
winter.
Depression?
That's not. Yeah,
it
depression.
depression?
What? Yeah,
Seasonal depression.
Seasonal depression. That's
That
what-
was
I'm
a
saying.
Stockholm syndrome?
I guarantee
Yeah,
you there were
This is
there
the
were
worst game of
threes of
charades
people
ever.
yelling at their.
I'm convinced that like people that like enjoy the Christmas holiday time, though they have Stockholm syndrome from winter. That's what it is. Like they've
Oh, yeah.
convinced themselves that they like the cold and the snow
Yeah,
and
but-
winter, like all that.
Christmas is so close to the beginning of winter, like they forget how bad it is after.
Right. It's just
Christmas.
everything after that is awful. Like you get consumerism and then just railroaded with cold.
I've been having a
Don't-
bad winter since 2021.
Well, Braden, don't worry. We're coming up on your favorite holiday.
What's that?
Christmas in July / your
Yay.
birthday.
My birthday.
Because we're actually recording on the 24th.
Yeah,
Are we?
I'm not
And
doing
D-
anything.
And Dan might be
Maybe.
sitting right there as long as he can.
Yeah, we're
Plan it
gonna
out.
celebrate.
you guys
my
are
birthday.
definitely recording. I may or may not be at Pizza House.
We're
or
gonna
I may be on the
celebrate
road.
celebrate my birthday by everybody going as far as physically possible away from me within the continental United States.
Braden, that was not planned.
We don't want you to find out like this, but Nick's coming too.
Especially because I said, "Hey Dan, that's my birthday week," and he said, "I just booked the tickets."
I'm going to be across state lines.
Good. You said perk.
You guys want to hear something very sad and depressing right now?
Oh God, yes. That's all I ever want.
Since we're talking about Stockholm syndrome and losing a month, we are officially.
I thought we were talking about losing.
We are
your daughter.
recording this on. No, she's here.
Oh, I know what stat you're about.
It's officially 4th of July right now. We are officially closer to 2050.
Oh yeah.
Than we are to 2000.
That's not.
I saw that too, and I was both shocked and
closer to 2050
sadder
than 2000.
Because here's the thing. There's no way in hell this body is making it to 2050. It's not happening.
Well, that's
I'll be gone.
In your contract.
Well, you're gonna have to amend that. Or you know what?
We are gonna
pass on
that.
After I pass on, you can take me to court. Good luck with that.
Over my dead body is written into the contract. Like this, should we fight or do we just wait it out? We'll wait it out.
In 2050, I will be 73 years old.
You'll be so pale and opinionated. I don't think it'll be good for the show.
Oh yeah,
you'll be Spagnolo at that point.
Dan will be firmly into inverted ass years.
I don't want to know.
You know, old guys, they got concave asses.
Dust chute?
Don't I already have that? Prolapse. We've already said this word 100 times.
I wish we wouldn't. We should stop.
Show title.
Why don't we prolapse? Why don't we get into this? Let's get into this part.
Good news, everyone.
There's some maker news we wanted to talk about. Yeah, there is. Dan, do you want to kick off with your maker news? Yeah, that very important one.
Oh God, which one?
Paul Jackman is not messaging Dan back, and Dan's taking it personally.
Paul, listen to me, Paul. I know you listen. You were a guest here several times. You're working on your 5-episode jacket. I've messaged you on Instagram because you refused to give me your phone number, and I don't know why.
This is ignored. Why you're real thirsty.
I feel ignored. I'm not as thirsty as some people, Braden.
That's true. That is true.
Also, another thing that involves me and sort of maker news. I had to mute. I didn't block. I didn't unfollow, but I muted SawStop on Instagram because I'm tired of seeing gore on my feed.
You're saying that they posted one post too many that was hot dog-esque, and you retracted your blade of
hot dogs
viewership?
No, here's the thing. They'll, I understand what they're doing. They're trying to, show you why a SawStop is important. And they post carousels on Instagram that is several photos that you can scroll through.
Like a carousel of them.
Very good, Braden.
Oh.
Gold star for you. And the leading image always says graphic image. If you don't want to see gore or something like that, just scroll on. But here's the thing. Anybody that you follow, when they post a carousel, if you don't interact with it, and here's why everybody needs to be posting more carousels, but if you don't interact with the carousel the first time, when it comes back up in your feed, it comes back in your feed, and it starts with the second image, which in SawStop's case is the gore without the warning. So I was like, I've had enough.
Listen, I didn't vote for him in 2000. I'm not going to vote for him now.
Oh, that's an Al Gore joke. I get it.
There you go. Yeah.
Al Gore.
That's
a good one.
I always
that was a very inconvenient joke.
A hanging Chad.
Get it? Because of the movie.
Oh, because of the movie thing. Yeah.
The inconvenient truth. Yeah, there you go. We don't have global warming anymore.
It was also the start of the fall.
We rebranded it. It's sexier now.
Ooh.
Climate change.
That's right.
It's more accurate, though. But let's not get into that.
Where's that global warming? All the snow. Climate change.
Gosh.
Trans climate.
I don't. That's the climate over the transatlantic. Don't take that any other way.
Transatlantic.
Transatlantic climate change.
Do we have any other maker news?
Yeah, there's a whole bunch.
Talk more.
I did what I do every single time we have maker news. I immediately forgot everything we just talked about. Like, I start every episode with just a complete blank slate.
Well, wouldn't it be amazing if I actually wrote it down somewhere?
It would be. That's
like
that's your job as the AWP secretary.
I found it. Okay, cool. Paul Jackman
You're the Pam of this
Ghost.
operation.
It literally says Paul Jackman equals Ghost. Dan got ghosted.
I'm so glad that's the leading news. That's the headline.
A huge congratulations to Paul Jackman for having one less thing to worry about. A huge congratulations to Anne of all trades for 3D printing a child.
Yay!
And those trades now can include being a mom.
And here's the thing.
Parent.
Like a total badass, this one delivers a kid and then posts a video not even a week later. There's a YouTube video and a baby's in it. And it's like, okay, you should be on bed rest. Why are you posting videos? So
do you think,
bravo to that.
Do you think that she may have had the child sooner than she's letting on? And then, do you think
movie magic?
The baby's
a little movie
6
magic
months
there,
old at this point.
Yeah. Do you think?
Maybe it's an extra. Like maybe it's a stand-in baby.
No. I wouldn't.
For the video?
Say that.
Stunt baby.
Yeah, stunt baby.
No, because
that baby did do kickflips.
Hang on, because there was she did a Dan, say it with me, carousel. You were so close. That's fine. There's a delay. She did a carousel of the photos, and the last one was of the baby in a onesie, and it said, "Guess what?" In the video, she's holding a baby. There's a chicken on the butt.
Oh,
that's humor. That's the kind of humor that gets
solid.
me.
That's classic.
I went. Like that. I exhaled through my nostrils so good. Like when you don't like you say,
I just did
you
it.
text LOL.
I just did it, but you didn't hear it.
We all heard it.
When everybody says falling, ruffling, they really mean
ruffling. Oh my God, you're older.
I haven't seen that in a long time.
Yeah.
Oh,
anytime somebody LOLs, it's just air out the nose.
You guys forgot about the Rafflecopter?
I could never forget about the Rafflecopter.
Not since the incident.
Well, speaking of Rafflecopters, Onefinity released a tutorial for one of their users that is really good. It's a 3D carve video on the rotary, because someone looking at Braden, actually you're over here, I guess, on the camera. Braden bypassed tech support and went straight to text support. It was reaching out to Onefinity people directly, like, "Hey, I broke another bit. What am I doing wrong?"
So they were put a video out for this dum-dum, would you? Come on.
I was stress testing my new rotary.
Were you just testing, but you were stressed?
I think you were stress testing your friendship with, Morgan and Stone.
Yeah. I don't think I was, because Stone FaceTimed me the next day to ask,
aggravation.
It was like it was the next day. It was like follow up, like, "Hey, did you get that carve done? How was it going?" And I was like, "It all went bad. It all went so bad." and then he immediately regretted calling. But he did walk me through. Ironically enough, my only what I would call successful carve so far has been the initial, like the first one that I did, or technically the second one, that Morgan walked me through, which is ironic because Morgan told me the wrong way to do it, but it was kind of like the wrong steps get you to the right destination sort of thing. And it worked out. And I, now looking back at it, I have no idea, because he had me setting 0 in one place and then actually zeroing off the surface of the material, which is different, and then also completely ignoring the offset over here. And he's like, "Don't worry about it. It just knows." And that's not true.
How computers work.
That's not a thing, but it worked. And rotaries are fun, even when you destroy things, because it's a whole different form of stress. Because then you have to think in a whole different axis of, it's going to plunge this way. Oh no, my bit's not long enough for it to tunnel to the center of the earth like that movie with Bruce Willis.
Braden,
The core?
The core. I was
Bruce
trying
Willis
to core
was not in that.
I bought a bit in
Oh, he was in the
preparation for this
space one.
rotary. I got a 4-inch extra long bit.
Wait.
That's
No,
going to be
Dan,
too long.
Hang on, Dan. Just put a pin in that. Did you just confuse the Armageddon with the core?
I didn't. I knew which ones, but I just
Steve
assumed
Buscemi
in that-
rides a nuke on the moon by humping it. You confuse that with underwater, but it's in lava tunneling machine?
What are you guys talking about? Right?
Braden just confused
either
two
way, they're
movies that
drilling
are
to the
on
center
opposite
of-
spectrums.
No,
I feel like you're doing nerd
no.
stuff right now that
Absolutely
I don't
not.
follow
Listen,
along with.
listen.
Armageddon out of this conversation.
Listen. End of the day, both movies are about drilling to the center of something and setting off a nuke.
They only had to get it a certain depth, not necessarily the center, and they did it.
I've heard it both ways.
And then
End
he
of the
says, "I
day-
love you, baby," and then I ruined the movie for everyone. Okay.
End of the day,
Yeah,
spoilers.
spoilers.
That movie just recently came out in like
Just really-
2002. End of the day.
No,
it's
Armageddon
easier-
came out in the 90s, didn't it?
It's easier to launch oil men into space than it is to train astronauts to be oil men.
Let's just love it.
That's
Listen,
just
it's better.
That's
it's
just
better
science.
than Fast
Not-
X, whichever one put the cars in space.
That one was,
Armageddon 1998.
that one was fully based on science. They actually brought in NASA as a consultant for Fast X.
I'm sorry, Dan. Unpin now. What were you talking about?
I don't know what's
I
going
don't
on.
even know. I'm sorry. I had to stop that for a sec.
We were doing Maker News and somehow we started
'cause
talking
we're
about
talking-
Armageddon.
Well, so you start. I have the rotary too. I need to get it. Set
You
up
have the
this
rotary
weekend.
2 already?
Yeah, the first one was.
It's got a
Not
fifth
good.
axis.
I just got the one.
I have the 6th axis. It measures time. It's great.
That's dope.
Yeah,
if I
space and
could
time.
turn,
If you
back
turn it around,
down.
it'll go back in time.
Yeah.
Oh.
Ah.
If I could turn back time.
Guys, we're gonna get another episode delisted. Also, just again, unrelated. I'd like to point out that Spotify delisted one of our episodes,
Episode
specifically
130.
episode 131 or
Oh,
130.
131.
Oh, you know
It-
exactly
one of
which
those two. If you go to Spotify, it's not there. If you go anywhere else, it is. Ironically, they did that the day after Paul Jackman was on, and ironically, it's a Paul Jackman episode.
Whoa, it's crazy.
He's been a
Could it
guest
be
on
that-
so many that
because
Is
he
that-
played himself out with a Nicki Minaj song.
yes.
I don't know. I think we should play it right now and see what happens. Just
No,
Do you have it queued up?
no.
I have it.
Okay. Let's
I
just
have it.
say
I don't-
I don't, I'm not sharing
he,
sound.
he plays the part that says "wet ass Jackman,"
Jackman.
and he says Jackman.
And apparently, it's
so-
not enough of a inspiration as opposed to a direct.
I still
play.
have that music as a audio file
As
in
a
the
GIF?
podcast editing software that I use.
It's pretty great. It's pretty
It
great.
is. It is.
Yeah.
It's moist.
Yeah.
Anyway, Dan also has his rotary set up. Dan, have you
Huh.
pushed play on any of the files that I sent you? Because
no,
they were
because you told me not to.
smart. They were based on they were based on Morgan logic. So technically,
Yeah,
they
that
should have
sounds
maybe
like a
worked.
good idea.
I wonder how fast Dan would yeet his rotary out of the shop if you tried to run those files.
I think it would self-eat directly through the wall into living room number 4.
Oh, that's pretty far. That's like all the
I'm
way
gonna
across
have
the
to-
estate, the Dunlap estate.
I'm going to have to put the rotary on the side until I can dedicate more time to figuring out how to use it because I need my CNC back.
I believe the words you're looking for is until you guys figure it out.
Whatever.
Until Braden consistently
Until
gets
somebody
good cards.
figures it out.
No, listen, I get it. Like it's a steep learning curve, but I'm pretty sure it's gonna be one of those like
I
you
have
figure it out and it's like,
Big
oh, this makes
plans for the
sense now.
rotary. Big plans.
Oh yeah, you gotta make table legs.
Dildos.
Like
Yeah.
He does have all those maker scans
I-
and a lot of epoxy.
start with a smaller file. Pull up that Barnett.3D. There he is, sassy Barnett. Oh my god! All right. Speaking of small yet sassy, Sam Green. This is not related at all. Sam Green went full time.
Way to go, bud.
Sam Green of Sam Green Maker.
Sam Greening.
What did you call me?
What?
Heard him.
Bless you.
But he was who's
He was
Sam,
John
Sam Green
Malecki's-
_ Maker. Yeah, he's John Malecki's shop help. He was
He
John
was
Malecki's
a
son.
while back. A while back. It's been a while. It's been a couple years.
Yeah,
It's
he was
been a
OG,
while.
OG Sutton.
He is OG. He was the original Sutton.
That's
So-
more accurate. Yes.
You know, you do love to see it though when a maker in a community just goes full time. They make it to the
Yeah,
point
it's-
where
it's
like,
great.
hey, yeah. So go
They
give him a
finally-
follow. Go check him out.
Sam Green
that
on YouTube, Sam Green Maker on the IG. He's probably other places, but that's all I know about.
Sam Green at CompuServe.net if you need to reach out about anything.
If you
So,
message him directly, you could probably get his personal home address.
Guys, I am scrolling YouTube right now as we talk because I wanted to make sure that we had Sam Green's name right. However, YouTube is recommending I watch this channel with a 6-inch lifted 2021 Chevy Silverado.
Well, too bad you don't drive a Chevy anymore.
Well, I do. That's the
damn it.
thing.
Too bad you don't drive a 2021. Sorry, Dan.
No.
Too bad you don't drive a real truck.
Dan's gotten the taste of
When
wheels
I
and
put a
tires
6-inch lift on it after I watched this video.
Well,
Oh, yeah.
then you're going to need the rotary to turn yourself a wooden trampoline to get into the vehicle every time you need to
Or
go.
maybe I'll just use the rotary to turn my own shocks.
That's
That's an idea,
Yes.
technically.
Yes.
Amish lift kits.
Amish lift kits. I mean, listen.
Go ahead.
That might be a thing. Well, speaking of trucks, Dan, since you're talking about trucks and Amish lift kits, because that's the best way to do it. Suman had a question for us. We might as well
Did
just
he?
shoehorn it into.
It's not
Maker
a
News.
question, it's a jab.
No,
That's
it's not.
what it is.
What kind of truck do you guys drive, and why is it the best truck?
Chevy Silverado 1500 because I'm not a real man anymore and I don't have a 2500.
So it's,
But
it's
still a great truck.
1/8 ton.
Yeah, it's like 1/8 ton. Correct.
Was it
I
hard
was
opening
just
up?
throwing a number out. I didn't realize I was so close.
No, it wasn't close. I was just playing along with your
Okay.
stupid joke.
Was it hard finding your new truck in the bottom of the Cracker Jacks box, or
Bro,
Hey, you take that back.
this guy drives a truck.
He had to eat a bunch of cereals to get all the right stickers together to
The
send them in
UPCs?
for that truck. Yeah.
box tops? Turns out it just gets Dan trucks.
Listen, I will tell you this. I drive a Ford Explorer,
Whoa.
formerly at some point built on a truck body. Okay.
Once upon a time they were in the 90s.
Hey, I will have you know that they were very recently in the last decade built in a truck body. And it is
Remember the
still
good
a
old
great
days?
truck
The Ford-
because the
the
back
Ford
of it is
Ranger.
enclosed. And listen, here's the thing. I haven't. We are going
with all
to
due
what is it,
respect-
Walmart or whatever. We have a bunch of supplies for the Maker Meetup, which, by the way, next year Maker Meetup
Actually,
is in May. We're going to be
Let
doing
me
it.
correct that. Pete, with all disrespect, the
Hang on.
Tesla Cybertruck is more of a truck than your truck is.
Don't even put it in the same category.
Dang, got him.
Hey, listen, I don't need that gender bend truck on the list, okay? Space truck. It was cool until he was nuts, but whatever. Anyways,
It was never cool.
It was
Hang on, let me try to get this point across. We get to Walmart. The car is loaded with supplies for the Maker Meetup.
Notice how I
Brandon's
said
just-
car.
Yeah, I know what I said. We're going in, and I was like, "Oh, there's stuff's in the back," and he goes, "Ah." I go, "Whoa, I could not. If I had a truck without a cover on it, I just wouldn't. I wouldn't be able to leave anything in the back because I live in a neighborhood, or I used to live in neighborhoods where you couldn't do that. 'Cause
Oh yeah,
stuff
your
would just
current house is
disappear.
way in the ghetto.
Pete
No,
lives
no,
in
now
a
I'm good, but-
shady state.
No, but I live with trauma, so I couldn't do that. And he in the back of his vehicle technically had just a bunch of like stuff and supplies and whatnot. I'm like, I couldn't do that with a truck. I like having the closed back, having an actual car. And then-
I currently have a neon orange Yeti cooler in the back of my truck that lives back there, and it doesn't go anywhere because we live in Nebraska, and bad things don't happen here. other than all of the horrible things.
We have black bears, okay?
Wow.
Oh, stop it. Oh my God. But here's the thing. The best truck is a really nice SUV built formerly on a truck body.
But not currently.
With a trailer.
I don't know why this argument is counted. It's not currently.
Your vehicle does not have a truck frame under it.
Because he asked a truck question to a guy that drives an Explorer that is great when it's towing a trailer.
Look, here's the thing.
You also can't haul that much in your trailer anymore because you've filled it up with all your living homey crap.
I have two neighbors.
Live, laugh, camp.
With nice trailers, so I just use their trailers. It's actually kind of
Here's the thing. Suman knew exactly what he was doing. He knew what he was doing.
He was tearing us apart.
End of the day, my truck is the best truck because mine has the biggest tires.
Oh, not for long, bitch.
Oh, yeah. We haven't heard that one for the last year and a half.
Beats, bears, Amish
Battlestar
lifted
Galactica.
trucks.
Just wait till I get my rotary going.
You mean wait until I get your rotary?
I'm going to have walnut rims and shocks.
Braden, why is your neon green clown car the best type of truck?
Listen, I have never, ever lost my vehicle in a parking lot since I got my truck.
Yeah.
I've driven.
Why?
I've driven 3/4 tons. I've driven diesels. I've had full size, bunch of different trucks. I've just always driven trucks.
So why'd you stop with the Jeep?
I wanted to. Well, I had the Wrangler also, and I wanted to tow my Jeep with another Jeep. And also, it's neon green, which is bitchin'.
I thought it's all-wheel drive, so you have to like lift the whole thing. You can't just tow it.
Yeah, I used to tow my Wrangler on a 20-foot flatbed with that truck. My truck can haul like 10,000 pounds.
Flatbed, okay. I thought you were like pulling it behind you, which you...
No.
Okay,
actual... Yeah, no, my Wrangler was a trailer queen.
So you bought a Jeep to tow a Jeep on a trailer. So you are also a trailer boy without a truck. You're also a trailer boy without a truck. Congratulations.
I was a trailer boy
truck person.
with a truck.
Now, were you always driving the truck, or did you ever park the truck? Were you a trailer park boy or a trailer drive boy?
God, this is... I love how far off the rails we can just launch ourselves.
Go
with
check out Trailer Park Boys. Great show.
Amazing show. It's right up there next to The Office.
You like that?
Yes, I love Trailer Park Boys.
Dan just got closer again.
I cannot stand it. So y'all can hold hands.
Dumb.
It's dumb and
so dumb.
Awful, and that's what makes it great.
It's season 1 of The Office dumb.
The only thing dumber than Trailer Park Boys.
No. But Dan, it's cringe in a way that like now you can appreciate seeing all the seasons, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm not saying it's bad. It's just like
the only thing dumber than both of those shows is Current Events. Anyway, so I got I got my Gladiator, and it can haul whole sheets of plywood. I've hauled every bit of material that I need.
Whoa.
And you know what? I can just park it anywhere because it fits into parking spots.
And nobody will take it because nobody wants it.
No, because it's neon green. I also got it in the Gecko green because I've had great luck with insurance, horrible luck with vehicles getting stolen over the years. I had one truck that got stolen 3 separate times, and I kept getting it back.
Was this truck also?
Were they bringing it back after they drove it, or
no?
Oh God, this is awful. We feel bad for you. Here's your truck.
Sutton and I chased it down one of the times it got stolen. That was when I had my Super Duty. Listen, here's the thing. In 2001, car manufacturers came up with transponder keys where it will read, like it has a little transmitter and it reads that if you have the chip in the key so that you can't just like turn vehicles on like it's the 80s.
Yes, I remember that.
Any sort of TV show where you
just sounded like a great idea in theory.
Yeah. It works great. Turns out it was optional that year, and work trucks were not high on the list of adding any technology to back in that day. So early 1000 Super Duties are one of the number one stolen vehicles for like 10 years straight, because all you need to get in and start it is a large flathead screwdriver. 30 seconds, you're in the door. ignition's out and the truck is started and you're gone.
Have you guys seen Crime Talk? Like,
is that
crime
like
like crime TikToks or Instagram reels?
Are you talking like real crime?
I can't
podcast
tell.
stuff?
True crime?
No, not true crime. I'm talking people like stealing a cell phone from someone at a subway closing, right? And they just like dance in front of it, face completely out. And like,
they're just doing crimes for their TikToks.
Yeah,
That's what.
And I saw one
Grand
where a
Theft
guy
Auto
just
Street Cops.
breaks into cars. He sets up a camera, like breaks in walks up to a car, breaks in, sets up a camera, and like pops the dash off. And I saw one where he just like with a screwdriver broke into the car, like somehow shoved it in, popped it into the car, then popped the cover off, shoved it into like some whatever slot. The whole like turnkey ignition
story
came out. I'm like, why is this why is this content?
Everything is content. Everything
is evidence.
Well, it's like a couple years ago, like the Kia Boys was a thing, and people were using USB plugs and USB drives to steal Kias. Turns out it's not that they were like hacking the mainframe and like plugging them in. They literally just needed a USB plug to shove into the ignition, and it fit, and they could just turn it. My mother-in-law's Kia got stolen like that. The USB plug was just on the dash, along with several prophylactics, which
Dirty Mike and the boys.
What are the people that are stealing these vehicles? What are they doing? I found half-eaten.
They're calling it a soup kitchen.
Mine.
That's why nobody drives a Kia, because you can't not have sex in it.
Guys, I'm doing the other guys.
Kia Soul, the ultimate sex mobile. That's what it is.
I'm doing the other guys. Movie references.
My God.
Hey, Dan.
Hey.
It was Dirty Mike and the boys.
That's what I said.
I know. Oh, okay, good.
He's insane, Dirty. He's been making that joke.
Listen, we got a couple jars of mustard and a poodle, and we're gonna go do stuff. It's a Dirty Mike and the boys. It's a reference.
Yeah, I get it.
Shaved. Anyway.
Dan, you had some maker news about some people boycotting Etsy.
Did I?
Yeah.
They're people cotting.
Oh, I don't really want to give this any more traction because I need Etsy to do well. You know what I mean? Why are you throwing me under the bus?
I don't know.
I saw some. Well, I brought it up in our personal conversations. On TikTok, I saw people trying to boycott Etsy because there is some merch being sold, and I'm not going to say what merch it is because I'm not going to give it any traction, but people are upset. That's all.
Yeah, listen, we've all seen questionable stuff on Etsy. We all have had or been told about stuff getting taken down for kind of BS reasons. Some for just, there's certain companies that will hunt you down for like, oh, this is, like Disney, Lego. Those are notorious for shutting people down for any kind of copyright infringement. But there's a lot of stuff out there that's just like, hey, this is pretty dark. Why is this on this website?
So Etsy one of Etsy's policies is no hate speech.
Yeah.
And basically, no hate speech, no promotion of violence or anything like that. So the stuff that people are selling, the merch, it's pretty much...
It's pretty hate speechy. Yeah.
It's awful.
Listen, Alcatraz is an American concentration camp. And somebody's going to unfollow me. I get it. And this is probably going a little deeper down into current events than we normally do on the show. But if you're making stuff and if you're making a buck off of that stuff, I'm sorry. It's a trash take. It is a garbage opinion. Take. It is it's awful. And honestly, I think less of people that are doing it.
Yeah. We were pussyfooting around the topic, and
I'm not.
Braden jumped right into it.
I agree.
I
am out of patience for these sort of things. Like,
there's plenty of ways to make
end of my rope.
Plenty of ways to make solid money on Etsy. You don't need to make it on hate and demeaning people and people getting hurt. That's where we draw the line. So, and not to make like a soapbox here, you can skip ahead, but I know I think it's true, and I'm glad that people are like speaking up and boycotting Etsy. And I know it's not Etsy. It's just stuff gets listed, and until something gets reported, it doesn't get delisted. Stuff doesn't just get auto grabbed, you know, except the big companies have their auto grabs set up, you know, but
one of the things that I've noticed though is there's like hot, like close to the line or over the line content that Etsy, and then I've noticed this on like Instagram too. They'll take a bunch of content off, you know, knife content. We've seen it with some of the other makers that make knives. Like they'll take all that content down, but
because they're weapons.
There's a series of ads for like these little cameras. They're like little digital Polaroid cameras, and they will play ads that are like, old retro vacations, and they play like really happy go lucky. We talked about
this Instagram.
It's on Instagram, and then like it'll flash to like similarly tinted like images of like KKK meetings or like the train, the towers being taken down, and like it'll flash back, and it's shock value. And I get from a marketing standpoint, they're going for the we're so shocking that people will click on the link sort of thing. But again, I've reported them every single time I see it. I report it because it's hate speech, and it's inciting violence, and it's showing images of violence. And every single time Meta comes back and says, hey, this actually doesn't fall with issues in our terms and conditions, but you can block them if you like. And I'm like, I'm going to report them every single time I see them. Because again, it's utilizing hate and fear and tragedy to sell products, like to just hawk shit. It is a garbage take. It's a garbage take for a garbage person.
Agreed.
Yep. Well, on a similar topic,
I'm really, really sorry. I'm coming on very strong with that, but I'm very much at the end of my rope with these things.
All opinions of Braden Books do not reflect the opinions of AWB.
My opinions are my own and all that.
I'm 100% on board with Braden.
Don't be a jerk. You know, that's where we're at. We're just be cool. This is kind of on similar thing of like stuff getting branded and being sold places. Simone Gertz or Simone Yetch, depending on where you know her from, she's been a maker in the community for decades at this point. Like she's a maker. She's a YouTuber. She's built Impractical Robots. That was her like big thing.
I remember those days.
Yeah. And she has the Yetch store, which is her company, which is Yetch is actually how you pronounce her last name in Finnish? Swedish? I should know. But anyways, she had a design that she worked on for like a year, and it was a puzzle that was all edges. So it was like,
which is diabolical.
Which is actually kind of diabolical, but also kind of like, okay, like this is kind of cool. Because listen, she's the same one that made the 499 pieces out of 500 puzzle that was all white.
Also diabolical.
So you got all.
Oh my god!
Oh yeah, she made a puzzle that's 500 pieces that were all white, but the one piece that got removed was sent to her. So she would get a box of all the pieces that were taken out of every. Yeah, this is a thing. Which she was known for impractical robots. She's now known for like impractical items. But the reason I'm bringing this up is she worked on his design. She had a designer make this, like, it looked like a long pond or a river with frogs and like leaves and stuff on it. It was pretty, and she designed this puzzle. Not a week after launching it, there was dupes everywhere, all over Amazon for way cheaper. And what really sucks is people are getting the products off Amazon, hating the ones they got because poor quality, because it's literally, they took the image off the website and just had it printed onto a puzzle and like drop shipped or whatever. Yeah. Like
they had the picture of Maker's Ways t-shirt
on a t-shirt.
The t-shirt on the t-shirt.
Basically,
What they had that, but puzzle form.
They had that in puzzle form. But the problem is Yetch store is getting hit with the negative reviews directly on their site, Google reviews, everywhere else. And it really sucks. And it's happening to like one of the nicest people on the planet. So, I'm going to say it again. I'm going to say it without censoring this time. Don't be a dick. Like, it's like this world's big enough for all of us to get along, and there's enough stuff to share. Like, there's no reason to be that awful to someone that worked really hard on something. So,
Well, I mean,
you know.
other than like the tenets of capitalism, there's that. So,
well, there's that, but like, and it just goes to show you, because here's the thing: what if she copywrote the thing, right? Copyright just extends realistically to the U.S.
Yeah. Unfortunately, there's not
just
much.
getting it off, getting it done in China or whatever. They can do whatever the hell they want.
There's not much you can do when that happens. Fortunately,
everybody's just in it for the money. So just remember, eat the rich.
Yeah, eat the rich. Now I will say though, table designs fully up for grabs.
Oh yeah, I mean, there's only one person that has ever designed any side tables, and everybody else is copying them.
Yeah, it's all inspiration.
Huh?
It's not you, Dan. It's somebody else.
Oh yeah, I know who you're talking about.
Yeah,
I'm still dealing with that fallout. I'm still dealing with it.
Yeah. Now that is that is an interesting like topic, because furniture design historically, like, no one's making billions or thousands or whatever off of like a copied furniture design. Like all the design out there, almost all design out there has been already thought of at some point. It's all inspiration from other stuff. And it's not like someone's like mass producing something that like Dan designed, for example, right? So like that's a gray area, but realistically, furniture is more of a gray area. But when it's something 100% copied, that's a dick move. So that's all I'm gonna say. Do you have any other maker news?
Speaking of big dick moves.
Okay. I don't have any big dick moves.
I mean,
awkward transition.
We could kind of transition into what we wanted to talk about topic wise this week, because Dan is still feeling the fallout from that whole incident.
Yeah,
but you've been making some moves.
The dance-ident.
I've been trying to make moves.
Wait, well, we need. Wait, hold on. We got to transition. We have a segment.
We got music for this?
Pedro.
No.
No, I'm gonna do the most Dan audio that I have.
Yes. Perfect.
Dan segment. To Dan 4.
Welcome to Danorama.
Waste Dan, or I don't know.
Okay. So I guess last week or the week before, I alluded to the fact that I bumped my Etsy ad spend up to $100 a day, and I've gotten
insane.
20 bags over here.
It does not mean I have the money to spend on that.
So
you're lying.
I wasn't lying.
Before you get into the effects of like what your ad spends generally have and like what that change made, can you give us a rundown of like Etsy specifically? What is the process for ad spend, and then what does Etsy do with that ad spend? Are you are you saying, hey, I want to spend $100 a day and that's what you're spending, or what does that process look like?
It's basically, I'm telling Etsy, you can spend up to $100 a day of my earnings to put my listings in front of other people's listings. And what happens is if you tell Etsy you want that ad spend to be $5 a day, $10 a day, they will use up that ad spend in the first part of the day. And this is something that I learned through a YouTube video, I believe. And I was like, oh man, that makes sense, which kind of led me down this road. So if you're only spending $1, $5, $10 a day, and they use up that whole entire ad spend in the first part of the day, like before even lunch, like then they're not going to show your products anymore the rest of the day. And one of the busy parts of the day is like mid-afternoon when people are at work, or in the evening when people get home. Your products aren't even going to get pushed. So that led me down the rabbit hole of like, okay, I'm going to try like more and more. So, and this was a couple years ago. This has been an ongoing process for me.
A Dan experiment.
Experiment. And this all started like way before the whole narrow table incident.
The dance-ident.
I tried $5 a day, $10 a day. I think I was at 35 for a while, and then I did 50, and then I did 75, and then more recently, I put it all the way up to 100 because, like I had talked about, sales had dropped because of that whole side table incident. Actually, let me back up. I can't exactly say that was the whole reasoning, because there were a lot of things going on around that time. Not just the narrow table incident, but it was the tariff bullshit and all that other stuff. And the economy was tanking and people were scared and they didn't know what was going to happen. So, but ever since then, my sales have dropped dramatically. Kayla and I, my wife, my beautiful, amazing wife, we were just looking at my Etsy sales.
My wife.
And in March, hold on, let me pull it back up. In March, I did $8,500 in revenue in March. Not awful. I'm not, and let me let everybody know, I am not rich doing Etsy.
Well, you are.
I'm just getting by. I'm just getting by, and I'm happy. That's all.
Dan says that number. Just remember, he spent $8,499 on materials. So
yeah, that's probably accurate. If we're just talking gross revenue on Etsy. I did about, what did I say, $8,500?
Yeah, something like that.
And then I think the incident happened in late April.
The Dan incident.
Was it April or May?
Around that time. Yeah.
Well, it went down in April. It went down to like 5,000 something. And then in April, it took a huge turn and it went down to like $2,500 a month. And it's been hovering in the $2,000 a month range of gross revenue ever since then. So that's a huge cut.
Yeah.
Huge cut. And it sucks. So I bit the bullet and I was like, okay, you know what? I've tried to push more product through my socials, which I'm fortunate enough to have a decent following on social medias. I've tried running ads through Facebook Marketplace and Meta and all those other things. I'm just going to up my Etsy ad spend, and I bumped it all the way up to $100. And I saw a little bit of return, but not enough to keep doing $100. So as of like 2 days ago, I bumped it back down to $50. But here's the thing. Like I was saying a little bit ago, if you only do like $5 or $10, and sometimes that whole ad spend will be spent in the morning, and you'll be like boned the rest of the day. When I was doing $100, Etsy wasn't taking the whole $100. Some days it would be $58. Some days it would be $76. Some days it would be $87. I never saw them take a whole $100. So that's something to think about. And if you're doing enough revenue, I mean, I think it's worth it, because every time I do bump my ad spend, I'm products through my Etsy store that I've never sold before. Stuff that has just been sitting there doing nothing. Stuff that I've made, I've listed, thought, hey, maybe somebody will buy it. Nobody buys it. I change my Etsy ad spend, I bump it up or whatever. 5-6 months later, somebody buys one. So that's something worth looking at.
That's a lot of evidence to the fact that Etsy is less of a marketplace in the sense of like a craft fair, and it's an algorithm. It's an algorithm platform.
Absolutely,
that's what
an algorithm you gotta try to hack for sure.
So, and it turns out the hack is
throw money at it.
Money, please.
Yes. Shocking, right?
So you kind of alluded to this, but where prior to the incident, where was kind of like the sweet spot on ad spends, and do you think that the price point of the products that you were pushing, are you pushing like individual products, or are you just pushing your entire store? Because
entire store, but it pushes them individually, because you can, when you pick your ad spend and you tell it how much you want to spend, you can either check push all products, or you can go and check them individually. And I think Pete can confirm this.
Yeah.
Yes. I take the easy way out and say push everything. Like,
you basically turn ads on or off for certain things. Like, I don't have my apparel listed in my ads, but everything else is. And sometimes I turn off seasonal stuff that I don't.
Yeah,
Like,
that's
I don't
probably a
do
good
Christmas
idea. I
stuff
should probably
today.
turn off all that apparel and the merch and stuff.
You can do it by category too, I believe. Now I will ask you this though. So Dan, under like when you go to marketing and the actual Etsy ads, it actually tells you how many views, clicks, orders, revenue, and spend you had. So I'm looking at mine, and I've been at $2 a day for the last year. I honestly kind of forgot about Etsy ads. And it says it's a little misleading because it says you're advertising 77 listings at $2 a day. That's not 77 times 2. That's $2 a day to spend over the listings, And for the last month, revenue's at just under 500. Spend is 350. So it's a profit.
Yeah,
right?
I'm looking at my numbers for the whole year of 2025 here. And I've spent $5,800 and my revenue is $10,006 just from Etsy ad spend.
That's
with 1.1 million views.
That's 200% return, I guess. Yeah, it's double. You put $5,000 into it, and 10,000 you're getting back. Yeah. So I'm only about $150 off on my numbers, and you're double. So that's pretty good.
I currently have it at $50 a day, but like I said, I just switched that over like 2 or 3 days ago.
Yeah, I might bump it up. But
I think I'm going to go through and turn off all the merch though, because that would focus more of the Etsy ad spend on the actual products I want,
or stuff you might not want to sell as much of.
Yeah, that's not a bad idea. More focused is probably better.
So going back to Braden's question, is there a sweet spot for the amount?
Oh yeah, for sure. Found? I think somewhere between $35 and $50 for me, at least, a day is the sweet spot. That's why I went back to 50.
Also,
just because that's my sweet spot, that doesn't mean it's going to be your sweet spot.
If you're starting at 0, don't go to 35 to 50 a day.
No.
Maybe
just test the waters with $1, $2, $5, whatever.
Yeah.
But remember what I said, Etsy will use your ad spend, and they'd like to spread it out through the day, but if it burns all your ad spend up in the beginning of the day, you're done for that day until it resets at midnight or whenever the hell it resets.
Yeah. Good stuff. Well, see, I mean, it's got me looking at my marketing and stuff because at $2 a day, and the thing is, like, I haven't really noticed it. It's just kind of been for the last 30 days at $2 a day. Oh, it actually used up at $59. So it's roughly at $2. It's actually spending the $2, which is obviously not a lot of money.
Yeah. If it's something low like that, chances are it's going to spend all of it.
I'm probably going to bump it to like 10 and see how it feels. Just try it on for a day.
Yeah, why not?
I'm going the opposite direction. I'm turning mine off because, and so preface this with, unlike you guys, I don't really sell that much through Etsy. Like, I have my digital files that I'm basically just generating SEO to at some point maybe launch Etsy, but most of my stuff is word of mouth. Oh, this year I have spent so I do $1 a day for ads, and I pick and choose just the main listings, and several of them are my digital files. I've spent $141.20 on ads this year. My revenue this year on Etsy, $158.05, which means after my ad spend, more. I have made a whopping $17 through Etsy.
Damn, bro.
So look out, guys. If you see me pull up in my Corvette, it's that Etsy dollar. I very clearly do not use Etsy as a platform. Like I go through other platforms. So,
well, it's good. This is good information. I'm glad we're sharing this. We need to talk about metrics and things.
I'm an open book. If you want to know anything, I'll tell you whatever. Yeah. And I'm not trying to brag about my numbers because right now they're kind of crappy. I'm sure other people would be like, oh man, those are amazing. But you keep in mind, I'm trying to do this full time. So the last few months have been a little rough, but yeah, if anybody needs a spindle or Festool DF 700, please hit me up because
Or
I
a new dust
need a
collector,
mortgage.
and you want to pick it up in the North Jersey area. I'm selling my G700. Just not to use this as a platform to sell, but hey, if someone's interested, I got you.
Also, gentlemen, can I borrow a couple bucks? Yeah.
Hey, so I gotta go, guys. I gotta.
What's that, honey? Oh, I got
What's that?
It's so nice to have
But
great
we're there
friends.
for you if you need
totally
anything,
there for you.
Dan.
Anything you need, just whatever you need.
I
Just
love it.
After the, but like tomorrow.
Just real quick.
Just
real quick. Like I'll be right back. Anyway.
All right, so why don't we jump into? I guess let's do a what's on the bench.
Oh yeah, didn't I just do that?
No, you just talked about your Etsy ads.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah.
Totally different.
So now you can do the other thing.
What's on my bench?
Dan. What's on Braden's bench? Bench? Bench. I can't.
Well, even though I don't have as many orders coming in, I'm still behind on like tables because I must have. Hold on, I can actually tell you the number. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I got 8 tables to make, so I'm a little behind on making tables. I only have 3 that are overdue right now, which isn't awful for me. It's actually pretty good.
See, when you say it, it's not awful for me.
It's not. I've seen worse.
They're
I've seen
overdue,
worse.
which means the time you're quoting is wrong.
Here's the thing.
Here's the thing, Dan.
Here's the thing.
Here's the thing, Dan.
Hear me out.
Dan,
Hear me out.
Here's the thing.
Etsy only lets you go up to a 30-day lead time, and I got my lead times maxed out. I'm not as fast as I once was. I'm not as good as I once was.
Pete, here's the thing for Dan.
Here's the
thing
thing
for Dan.
Can you say here's the thing? Oh no, I won't do it.
You didn't say the word.
Oh, I was holding a button.
Oh,
Then I stopped. It's fine. I was trying to get Siri to say it. Anyways, but here's the thing, Dan. Can you not get like you're clearly behind? I'm
always behind.
I know, but like, can we get you
part of
any
my
other
charm,
help? Right? Can we get any other support? Maybe a high school kid to just sand?
I just asked you for $20 and you guys shot me down.
hang on.
That's part of the help.
Hey, hang on, Dan. You're breaking up. Can you say hello? Hello.
$20.
What's that, Aretha? Yeah. Aretha needs me real quick. Excuse me.
My wife has been helping me in the shop, which has been pretty helpful.
Which is shocking that she's kept doing it after you posted the picture.
Yeah, we saw.
My wife has a good sense of humor, like me. Okay, she found it as humorous as I did. So,
but Dan, here's the thing.
Here's the thing.
Whoa! It said more things. What? I was just trying to get.
She's been sanding tables, and it's actually been.
So the photo is accurate. She's quite excited to sand.
Yes. She went and stayed with her mother
because of the sanding.
It's Thursday. No. My mother-in-law had to have knee surgery, so she's been helping her. But she was actually like upset that she couldn't work in the shop with me today. I was like, it's okay. I need a day off.
Aw, that's so wholesome, though.
Is it?
Genuine question, though. How come? Could she run your admin stuff?
Yeah, with
could
with
she
some
package?
training.
Could she package and ship things, or does your insane control issues about packaging stop that from happening, Dan?
That's the second part. Yes, I have control issues about packaging for some reason. I don't know why.
This is a question, not an attack, but like, do you respond?
This is going to be an attack, 100%.
No, because I work way better with a buddy system.
I do too.
Whether it's Emma, I will work harder for Emma telling me, "Hey, I need you to do this," than I will for myself going, "This is very important to be done today," and it'll be the last thing to get done this month.
I don't know about that because like my mindset is like You don't tell me what to do. I'm the boss around here. I'll show
so
you.
you're crazy. Okay, that's
That
good.
track.
Okay.
That tracks.
That tracks. So even you telling yourself that, you're in the mirror just pointing like, you're not the boss of me.
Hey, I really need to get that done. I'm not the boss of me. I can't tell me what to do.
Because the reason I was asking that, because I was curious if Kayla got involved in the admin stuff and was actually like scheduling stuff for you, like, hey, you got to sand those tables today and do this, do that. Would that actually? No,
but that would actually be helpful. But yeah,
so it would be helpful.
I feel bad because she already does.
Interesting to see though.
Single Dan.
No, like when that catches fire,
that's never going to happen.
Yeah,
I won't allow it. He said menacingly.
But you said that would be nice because, and then you stopped.
I don't know what the heck you were talking about.
Kayla helping you out
doing the admin stuff. Yeah, that'd be great. I hate doing admin stuff. I despise sitting in front of the computer and doing work
and telling customers to go F themselves. Yeah, I feel like that'd be
could she literally just take over your customer service?
Yeah, maybe just
she
that.
Probably should.
We all agree on that.
Maybe me, Braden, and Kayla.
I feel like this is turning into another intervention.
Not an intervention. No, Dan, your time is best spent in front of a machine, like in the shop or sitting in a chair.
CNC operator,
not dealing with people.
Yeah,
that's right.
Huh.
You need a people person.
You're the opposite of a people person.
Yeah, we need to get somebody to go take the specs from the customer to the engineer because
you're the autistic engineer. You don't need to talk to the customer. We need Kayla. Get Kayla a red stapler. Because I need her to be the middleman.
Stapler.
No, but I think it'd be good. Like, listen, I've actually felt bad saying this to Emma in the past. So, like, I've said, like, I miss having you work with me. Like, and I feel bad saying it because, like, she's taking care of our baby now. Like, she's working her own business and taking care of the kid. She doesn't have the bandwidth to also help me with my stuff anymore.
She needs to be taking care of business.
Office Depot. But it
you
was
know that's
really
a real
nice.
song, right? Hold on.
No, I know. But I like the Office Depot. It's like, I want my baby back, baby back, baby back, baby back, baby back, baby back, baby back.
Not a real
I want my
song.
baby back. When will they say ribs? They'll never say ribs.
Chili's.
No. We're edging.
In barbecue sauce.
That's another Scrubs thing, Dan, you've never watched. I find that, like, having someone that I respect, like Emma, tell me what I need to get done that day. Like, I almost work harder because
Are you saying that Braden couldn't tell you what to get done?
No. Different respect. That's a friendship respect. That's not
RESBECT. Gonna find out what that means to me.
RESBICHT.
HBD BBD.
I can't spell.
Fragilisticexpialidocious.
Supercalifragilisticexpialidocious.
I just want to see Dan crush it. I just want to keep seeing Dan.
I'm crushing it. What are you talking about, bro?
You're applying pressure. You're not crushing it. And it's okay. I mean, you're doing well. I just want to see you like Dan.
I want you to do weller.
That's a good way to put it. Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I remember you at your peak.
I actually added new products to my Etsy store this week.
Good stuff.
You see that?
You got to up the spending.
Did you see that?
I did not actually.
Bastard.
So, Dan, what's on your bench this week?
I don't know.
You're catching up on orders, and then we went into this whole, how can we fix Dan?
Yeah. I forgot where I was at.
I want level 2 Dan.
I'm working on getting tables out. I need to work on Nick Brim's tables.
I thought you started those this week.
I started them like 2 days ago.
He started thinking of the concept of beginning to start on it.
Well, I technically started them several weeks ago, and then I put them on pause to get other things done. But those are going to be super fun. They're going to be challenging. They're going to be fun. I think the end product is going to be really cool. If you don't know what I'm talking about, you're going to have to. I think I only posted in its story, so you're SOL. You're shit out of luck.
Oh,
for now.
Unless we find out on what's on your bench.
Maybe. I fought a giant dragon this week in my yard.
Oh, it was a tiny little gardener snake.
It was like a 5 foot. It was literally a 5 foot black rat snake. It was not a garter snake. Black rats. It's harmless.
They all eat rats. They all eat rats.
But he was up on my porch, and I was like, "Oh God!" So I had the whole neighborhood come over and check him out, and then I grabbed him and I relocated him into the forest because they're harmless and they eat mice and rats. So I think that was it.
You didn't let Otto play with him?
No, as a matter of fact, I tried to keep Otto as far away as possible. Max gave him a sniff, and he was like, "Oh yeah, that's cool," and he went about his business.
Yeah, that's Snake.
No, that's not a rubber ball in the yard.
Dan, you also picked up some pre-potato chipped potato chips from Braden's place.
Oh yeah, we did that.
That's true.
Do you remember? I was looking back at the timeline, Braden. You, me, and Nick got those oak slabs from that gentleman that lives over by Nick's house. Way back in August.
Yep. When it was warm last year.
It was pre-Maker Camp. That's what I remember. And you're right. It was warm last year. And this guy swore up and down that these slabs were dry. And
they had been sitting for a long time in a shipping container. So logically, these are dry.
But clearly there was no air movement in the shipping container. Anyways, long story short, some of these slabs were really thick, like 4 inches thick. So I took one of those slabs to another buddy and had him resaw it and try to get 2 slabs out of it, because at the time we were wanting to do some tables for like charity or something. I think we were going to do something for like Thanksgiving, but that all went out the window as soon as the incident happened.
That was before we were the charity.
Yeah. So anyways, we had these things resawed. My buddy who resawed them for us, he warned me. He goes, "These are really thick. I'm willing to bet they're still pretty wet in the middle, but we can resaw them anyways." I was like, "We got them so cheap. I just kind of want to see what happens." And lo and behold, he was absolutely correct. These things potato chipped like crazy. They must have had a bow in them that was like, what, 7 inches?
Oh,
a 7-inch bow in them?
At least. I mean, these things
from bottom to top, it was crazy.
If we stacked these the other way, they were a full oval.
Yeah.
Like a thick one, approaching circular.
Yeah, they were nearly half circles. If you put them together, like, anyway. So they've been in Braden's shop since August or September, whenever we had them cut down. Once again, it was pre-Maker Camp. I'm willing to bet we had them. We had Dan from Dan's Custom Sawmill, another Dan here in Omaha. I think we had him cut them down in like September. And then
Dan's Custom Sawmill, or was that
Dan's Custom Sawmill? Yes.
Oh, okay. Why do all the people we know with big resawing things, why are they all named Dan?
It's an epidemic.
Everybody in woodworking is named
Epidemic?
Dan, and everybody in construction is named Mike. That's something I've noticed.
Mike's, am I right?
It's just, yeah.
Continue.
And Nick
Dan.
Brims, am I right?
Ugh.
They've been in Braden's shop ever since. As soon as we got them resawed, I took them to Braden's. Like the next day, they were potato chipped really bad. And so our bright idea was to put them in Braden's shop and put them under pressure of like ratchet straps as much as possible. And Braden would re-ratchet them every couple weeks or whatever. And we just took the straps off them 2 days ago.
Still under tension.
Still under massive tension.
Did not explode?
No.
I safety squinted as I...
He did safety squint after I told him to move his face. You know, there's a whole story on Instagram, a story on Instagram, not an actual story. But yeah, they're still useless. So I'm gonna have to chop them up and remill them and cut them into bow ties and inserts.
You can make some really nice tables.
Yeah, they're not gonna be tables.
I mean, what, an inch and 3/4, inch and a half?
They're close to 2 inches thick.
Okay.
Currently.
Yeah, it sounds pretty good.
But yeah, I'm gonna slice them up into like 4-inch strips and use them that way, and I'm gonna have to
Listen, at the end
remill
of the
them,
day,
rejoint
that's
them.
pretty cheap walnut. Are they
If
walnut?
it was walnut,
Why? I
they're
thought it was-
oak.
Oh, still pretty cheap oak.
Yeah, it's super cheap oak.
Very
It's
cheap.
gonna
I mean-
it's gonna take a lot of work, but yeah, it's pretty cheap.
I mean, I think we got
we got 6 or 7 slabs for $200, and
Yeah.
each slab is more than 3 inches thick.
and half of them
Wait,
are like 10
$200
feet
bucks
long.
each
No,
total.
totalular.
That you like they lost
It
money.
was practically free wood.
That
Yeah.
should have been clue number 1. That they might not have been the greatest
But
slabs to be
still,
dealing with.
even if you got to do some milling, that's pretty cheap oak.
Yeah, it's super cheap.
They're fine. They just need some tender love and care.
Yeah. The thing is, though, as far as I can tell, they're not case hardened, so that's good. I think the moisture content's still too high in them. So
Yeah. I mean, they were wet on the inside. Like, didn't he measure the moisture on the inside? It was like 25% or something like that.
Oh,
That's bigger
Dan's
than the number it
Dan
should
Nye?
be.
Yeah, it was like 30
Yeah.
something.
It was like a
It was
glass
pretty-
of water.
Yeah.
That's nuts. That's
It was
actually
pretty
a lot.
crazy. You could have put swim trunks on and went swimming.
You could have also done that after Dan got them back to his house because
Yeah.
they were still cupular.
Yeah, weird.
Well,
They
I got
dried
them
out
back
of
to my
Braden's
house.
shop, and what happened?
I got them back to my house, and I'm alone, and these are white oak slabs, you guys. White oak is not light, first of all.
It's not.
So they were in the back of my truck. My truck had the tonneau cover on. The tailgate was open. They're sticking out of the tonneau cover like maybe an inch, maybe. But for anybody who's ever been to my place, my driveway is like a 45-degree angle. It's really steep. That's probably overdoing it. It's
If you
probably
didn't back your
probably like
truck in, it
30
probably would have been
degrees.
fine.
Yeah, it would have absolutely been fine. But I backed my truck in thinking that I was going to take the slabs out by myself, and then I tried it, and I was like, nope, that's a tomorrow Dan problem. And I looked at the weather apps. I looked at all the weather apps, my radar app, the Apple weather app, the local weather. None of them said anything about rain. I wake up the next morning at like 7 a.m. and it is downpouring. It is just pouring buckets. And I'm like, son of a bitch. I go out to my truck and look at the slabs, and lo and behold, they're soaking wet because all the water went.
They've recupped.
So you didn't put any tarp or anything over them?
I didn't think I had to. I trusted the weather people. I trusted you, Bill Ranby, you son of a bitch.
You didn't check the the Doppler, man?
Oh, I checked the Doppler. It was clear.
Well, they
Did
defunded
the
NOAA,
dot make
so
it pop?
Yeah,
That's a wet ass
wet
slab.
app.
Wet ass slab.
Just stop. I think my bench is done. I think we're done talking about my bench.
Dan, moist wood. Got it.
Braden, you may speak about your bench this week.
Thank you. I have been working on several things in preparation for some other things.
Preparation H, I like to call it.
That's correct. H for holy stuff. That's fun. That was smooth. Way to go, Braden.
Smooth.
I have been messing around with the rotary, which is so much fun. How stressed I am the entire time I'm using that thing. Not that it's bad. It's just, I mean, and it's all super beefy. Like I'm always worried I'm going to break my CNC, but I couldn't break that stuff if I wanted to.
A bit's gonna snap before anything.
Oh, I know.
How many? How many did you snap?
4.
Good Lord.
Yeah.
That's
Technically,
I
one of
haven't
them I didn't.
thought.
I haven't
Technically-
snapped 4 all time.
That's a lie. You have
That's
a
a lie.
bucket.
That's a lie.
You have a bucket, not including the bucket.
They're
that
not
was the
broken
slabs
though.
in
They're
your
just
truck.
worn out because
those
they're
are just
budget
worn
ones.
out. Those aren't snapped. I throw out all the
Um,
snapped ones. You can't prove anything.
Let's just say I got a bad run. They were bad welds. I don't know, but anyway, I did manage to get one piece out. For whatever reason, I think chess pieces is just like that's the go-to. It's like on 3D printing, it's a benchy. On rotary tools, it's a chess piece. I got one good one out using Morgan's like scenic vista route to the destination of a final finished product. So I've been messing with that. I've also been messing with the airweights. Today I did some what's the word I'm looking for?
Sucking,
V-carve?
An
suctioning.
end grain V-carve insert inlay.
Inlays.
That's the word I'm
Inlay.
looking for. I'm doing an inlay cutting board that
A two-moose.
I totally made myself, and nobody that I know had plans of doing an inlay for.
That's fine.
Dan. I am doing one of Dan's designs though, as an homage to
I
him.
threw together some in-grain cutting boards because I wanted to do an inlay, a V-carve inlay, and I threw these together like weeks and weeks and weeks ago, and I've just been moving them around my shop. And Braden was over here the other day, and I'm like, I'm tired of moving these around. You take them and do a V-carve inlay in them.
I love enthusiastic, inspired Dan, because it means in about 5 weeks I get something cool.
I got another walnut slab that's probably going to be in your shop.
When we were moving
Within a
some
matter
stuff
of time.
around, we uncovered the slabs. We got a couple of the slabs out for Dan to take his half pipes, because clearly we were not going to get them back to tabular shaped.
Tubular, no, tabular.
Tabular.
In uncovering those, we also managed to see back into my stash of slabs as
It's like
as any
looking
good
back in
worker.
time.
Yep, look back in time. I have a stash of slabs, and there's several walnut ones that came right from good old Dan's house that are it's just storage for Dan for when he inevitably is like, oh man, I need a walnut slab. Well, here, Dan, would you like one of your walnut slabs?
Does Aretha really need to park her car indoors?
I've
Yeah,
tried.
right?
She's so unreasonable.
I've tried. She's
Unreasonable.
super unreasonable with her. I just need not even 25, but 20%. I still store stuff on her side, and what a woman.
Oh, out of line. Am I right?
So, but the reason that Dan was over and Dan took his half pipes is that we had a delivery show up today for a bit of it's a girthy delivery. It's very heavy. Dan and I had what I believe is an entire warehouse's worth of white oak veneered ply. Not white oak veneered MDF like they originally tried to drop off, but white oak veneered ply, and then 1/2 of 1/4 worth of white oak hardwood delivered into my shop for some content that we are going to be making about a set of built-ins that we're going to do that we are doing for one of the wood suppliers here in Omaha. That was very enthusiastic. We had talked to them originally about like podcast sponsorship, and then also sponsoring all three of us, and then also like as another option, Dan could make a YouTube video, I guess, if you want. He's trying to do one every 2 weeks. That's the only thing that they were interested in was, no, we got to get on Dan's page. Like, we'll do whatever you want. So Dan's got some fans.
I don't know why.
So it's because you've got a really great agent. That's what it is.
That's it.
That's it.
And that relationship came about because of the other dancident at the other wood supplier.
See, all of these negatives, we turn them into positives, so it's fine.
Yeah, I'm constantly putting out your fires so that you can continue to function, and I'm still having to launder lumber.
I'll have you know, I ordered zebra wood and Wingate online.
Through who?
Yesterday. Bell Forest Wood Products. I've bought from them before.
Okay.
Bought.
We'll see.
Purchased?
Procured?
Botted.
Prolapsed.
Nope. I hate that. Anyway, so we're going to start working on that this weekend. We're going to be recording it. I'm really excited because all this material has been in my shop for 12 hours now, and I already absolutely hate going around it.
There's a lot of stuff.
It's a lot.
What, 19 sheets of ply?
Yep.
Total?
It's a lot.
And
200 linear board feet of white oak?
Linear
right?
feet, not linear board feet.
Linear yards.
Oh, linear feet. Yeah, not board feet.
Linear millimeters.
It's probably
But I call me Millimeter Peter.
It's probably 100 board feet total. 150.
Probably,
maybe.
yeah. It's a mix of 8/4 and 4/4.
It's a lot of iron grain cutting boards.
Oh, I can't
But
wait.
it's going to be really cool.
We may or may not have ordered extra.
Well, just in case, we generated the plans that we used to pitch this through AI to render the plans.
Right.
I rendered the plans. I came up with the design, but I punched it in, and I'm not a Ask Fusion special boy like Pete is here. I don't know how to create my own renderings, so I ask AI to create images of things that I've designed, and it worked out great. It looks really cool.
Guys.
Yes, sir.
Speaking of AI, I've found a new use for AI. Right?
Oh, customer service.
Catfishing women on dating apps with photos of you being sweaty and in black and white.
Oh, is that a catfishing image? Thank you. Yes, I use it for that too. No, I offer. So all these tables that I sell and stuff, I offer them in different woods. Walnut,
this is really
maple, oak, mahogany. But I don't always have pictures of them in each species. I only take a picture of them when I have them. So
you don't rebuild every table in rich mahogany and leather-bound books.
No. But ChatGPT is really good at, so like I uploaded a photo of one of the tables that I make out of walnut, and I don't have any other images of the other types of wood, and I just say, show me what this table would look like without changing anything other than the wood species in maple hardwood or white oak hardwood, and the renderings are perfect. And that's what I've been showing to people when they inquire about it. Hey, what would this be in white oak? Well, here you go.
I ran a picture of Dan and did the exact same thing and tried to render him in rich mahogany, and it was horrifying.
we actually haven't done that yet. We should probably.
Oh, that's a good idea.
Yeah.
Would Dan?
God. Why?
Would Dan do?
Dan and zebra wood.
Ooh, stop it.
Dan's
Zebra Dan.
Dan and Purple Heart.
Danbra wood.
Dan wood.
Deborah.
Anyway, so that's the big project that we have coming up.
Yeah, these built-ins. Wow.
They're gonna be and it's really funny. So my thought was, okay, Dan and I have to like buckle down and do this because we've got to tear out a set of built-ins. I tomorrow will be tearing out a set of built-ins. I don't know why I keep saying this we
why are you
thing.
tearing them out now? These aren't going to be done for like 6 months.
That's the thing. So my thought was Aretha and I we've renovated like down almost. We've pretty much gone down to
Why do you
studs
keep
before.
testing your marriage?
Listen, it's stress testing. What doesn't kill it makes it stronger. And I've made it legally very inconvenient to kill it, so it only gets stronger. It's like the Hulk. You
don't even know your own bank accounts. She
That's true. Yeah.
she's the one in control here.
The one time that this like finally snaps, it will be. I'll never financially recover. It will be devastating because I don't even know where to start looking for anything important. I just carry heavy things.
Lol.
Anyway, so we're going to be working on that. The only other thing that I've got going on this week that we were kind of laughing about in the pre-show was I also have been working on a bunch of content for a large number of tools and changes and add-ons. Actually, I've got a second thing. Viper Chair sent me a shelf stool.
That thing is dope.
Because my shop stool kept falling apart. It's hilarious. I posted about my stool just absolutely collapsing under me, and they immediately reached out and I was posted out this thing like, hey, anybody got recommendations? Unless somebody, and I tagged them, wants to say work with a content creator and just help a brother out. In my DMs, we got you. I was so excited because I have wanted one of these shop stools forever.
It's actually pronounced Vipre.
I hear that's the Brazilian pronunciation.
Yeah.
They are made in America shop stools. They can go through like a bomb. Like these
things can hold 1,000 pounds easy.
Probably.
And not even break a sweat.
So 2 Dans.
They also have really great wheels on them. these
four
wheels,
Dans.
these wheels glide so easy that I will be sitting where my CNC space is, and because it's a garage, it has like that gentle slant out so that for drainage.
Well, you hope it does.
I know for a fact it does because I'll just like start gliding down the garage, and I'm like frantically trying
Into
to stop.
Sutton.
Sutton and I have done some bowling. Dan and I have done some bowling. But when they
Bowling
reached
for
out,
soup.
they said, hey, go pick out whatever you want, send it to us, let us know, and let's go from there. And they do these limited runs where they'll do like a crazy design or a color scheme or something like that. And they had like a neon green one at the time. And I asked if I could get one of those because clearly it's very similar to my Jeep color. In fact, they actually did Sublime, which is the Mopar version of Gecko Green at one point. I asked if they had that. They didn't have any lying around. But I told the marketing guy I was talking to, I'm like, hey, if it's cool, I'll take the current limited run, the green one, the Viper Green. I'm sorry, Python Green. It was Python Green. But if you've got something like wacky, like cobbled together parts from 3 different colors, like whatever, like I want it. Like I want, what is that? That's what I'm okay with. He's like, well, our next one's pretty interesting.
Here's the thing you need to take away from this, folks. Braden likes to be visually berated.
I don't like.
He wants to see
things.
his shop stool. He wants to be able to see it from when he walks out of Menards. That's where I park my shop stool.
Visually assaulted. That's the word.
Pretty much. I like a little zest in my visual experience. So he sends me. He's like, I think this is going to work for you, Dan. How bright is this stool?
Brighter than this hat if you're watching the YouTube video.
Threw your colors off.
This stool is a combination of neon, almost safety orange, and bright blue.
Yep. Electric blue, maybe.
It is
That's hot.
Fantastic. He sent me the picture, and I'm like, I have to have that. I don't even care. Like, at this point, I'll buy it. I don't care. I have to have this. And so he's like, hey, it's coming out in a couple weeks. And I'll hook you up. But that thing showed up. I love it. Other than the fact that I got the tall version and I'm still learning like how tall my stool is, so I keep half cheeking it up, and then this thing goes like shooting across the shop because the wheels work.
They work really well.
It is super comfortable. It's super sturdy. I'm really happy about it. I got off track. I have another brand that asked me to shoot some content that did not send me a super awesome shop stool. They sent me something useful, some clamps. But this brand maybe hasn't been around for a long time, and if they need to change the name, they'll just change it to something else and ship the same stuff from the same warehouse sort of brand. And they make a lot of stuff that maybe just sells through Amazon sort of thing. I don't know how to.
Whoa, that's crazy and vague.
This.
Wow.
Yeah.
It's a Chinese brand.
Whoa.
Yeah. So
crazy.
They reached out. Hey, we'd like to send you some clamps. Can you create a reel? Normally, I wouldn't do something like a reel. I'd do stories or something like that. But clamps. Everybody needs more clamps. Okay, sure, whatever. I need content. They sent it, and then I've just been waiting for a bunch of stuff to kind of get figured out here, and so I haven't posted it yet. This is the thirstiest brand that I have ever worked with. DM. Hey, are you going to do the video? Can you send me the video? When's the video going to be done? Have you done the video? And it's before I can even respond to this stuff. They started like a desperate ex-girlfriend streak of DMs during the pre-show. We got to watch it live. I had 8 messages in my inbox before I could even pull it up to look at any of them, just during the pre-show. The lesson to take from this story: not every brand is just a great fit, and sometimes cool stuff like getting free stuff is really, really cool. But at the end of the day, if you don't need it or if you don't know anything about the brand, like, there's always going to be another brand that can send you some stuff. Make sure that you're finding good partnerships that are not insane. Let's maybe that. I mean, just like really, really low bar, like not crazy stalker ex-girlfriend type brands.
It reminds me of that old meme of the picture of the girl that's like crazy ex-girlfriend. Yeah, she's on TikTok now. I follow her.
Yeah, that was pretty much it. So, I mean, I hit a point before we started recording the podcast, I just messaged back. I'm like, hey, just send me a return label. Like, I'm not doing this. Just, hey, I appreciate the opportunity, but this is clearly not a good fit.
And that right there,
no.
That right there means you're a better person than me, because I would have just blocked them right then and there and kept the clamps.
I don't want to live. No, see, I don't want to live with the karma of like, hey, I took the free thing and then didn't deliver. Like, my goal is to deliver any sort of content, any sort of contractual obligations that I have. Like,
did you sign a contract with these people?
Absolutely not. But I still, I committed to doing something for it. So, my word is my bond. Settle down, Dan. Morally, like, I wanted to do that. So if I'm not going to do it, hey, send me a return label. And I fully expected them to just stop responding, and like, it's not worth it to send them back, sort of thing. And lo and behold, the second I said, hey, I just don't even want them anymore, they just stopped DMing me. So we'll see what happens in a couple days, but
I'm on the edge of my seat to see how this turns out.
Are you on the edge of your Viper chair gliding around?
Chair because they don't know me
to assemble that cutting board.
Yeah, right. Me too.
Do that maybe tomorrow. I'll tell you what, I'm giddy for the reel that I have planned out for that Viper stool, though. Like, I'm buzzing with excitement about it. Even Sutton said it's hilarious. And Sutton doesn't think 90% of the things I do are funny even a little bit.
You just hurt Dan's feelings because he's never said that to him.
Sutton doesn't find me funny. That's fine.
It's rude. That was rude, Braden.
I'm used to it.
Speaking of rude, Pete, what the hell have you done this week? Also, you've got 47 seconds before you need to end the podcast.
Perfect, because my What's on a Bench is super short. I unboxed all the upgrades that I got from my CNC, and I haven't gotten installed them yet. I'm really
didn't know you had a CNC. This is cool.
Oh yeah, super cool.
You're upgrading your table?
My table is going to be now a router.
Your outfeed table?
Router table with a mobile base. I think that's what it's called when you have a CNC.
It's a Shaper Origin with extra parts.
But on a CNC topic, I also this brand reached out to me a bunch of times, and they're like, "Hey, we have desktop CNCs. We'd love to work together." And I'm like, you know what? This is a perfect opportunity to test out. Have these things gotten better? Because I just be like, I don't need another headache, right? But for years we've been talking about, like, there is no good starting CNC. You start at $1,200 and up. You get a big boy and up. There's no good off-brand, random generic brand name CNC off Amazon, right? Well, they sent me one, and we're gonna try it out. What? And apparently, it's supposed to be, this one specifically is like for metal. Oh, we're gonna test it. So I'm really excited to actually try out, because listen, I want to be disappointed so bad. I'm sorry. I want to be disappointed in a way that I want to be disappointed, because I'm fully expecting it to fail. I hope it's like halfway decent, so that I can tell people that, like, yeah, you can get away with a $400 CNC if you're okay with this. But
I'm gonna throw you under the bus here. When I get brands that send me stuff, that's usually what goes into the patron giveaway pool.
Yeah, so we'll see about that.
Is that what's going to happen?
Well, but I genuinely do want to see.
By the way, we got some micro jig stuff coming up.
I do want to clarify for everybody listening: the good stuff. We don't send the garbage stuff.
You're not getting the 6 clamps that Braden got.
You get the good stuff from real brands.
But I am genuinely curious. Just like when I got the Ender to test it, like, with the newer version of whatever it was for like $100 at Micro Center, it was to test it. It was to see, is this viable? And yes, it was viable, but like, just spend the extra $200 to get something nicer. but I want to see if you can get a decent CNC for under $600. It might be worth checking out. So hopefully yes, but we'll see. Anyways, aside from that, my parents are back in town. They were
Parents are back in town.
Yeah, they were just chilling in Europe for like a year and a half, actually. Quite a while, almost 2 years. And Juniper, like she's a very outgoing kid. She can occasionally cry when she meets certain people, just like randomly, like even family. She saw these two and she's like, yeah, these are mine, right? Like,
nice.
I know these two, like these guys are cool. Just hit it off instantly. Like I even like Emma is just fully cool. Like, oh, you guys want to have her? Then you're going to hang out in a garden in the shade with a water table or whatever. Yeah, cool. I've never seen her so comfortable with the baby with someone else.
The best.
So yeah, grandparents and plus this is like their fifth grandkid, so they're broken in already. So, it's been pretty great. It's actually honestly probably one of the better visits. I unfortunately have no work for my dad. Usually he like comes and I'm in the middle of like the ice climbing tool project or I'm building something out. I have no project. So I'm at a point where I'm like,
Maybe you need to find something.
Maybe as busy as I am, maybe we start the pantry this month. That's the last thing I need. But I mean, listen, I have the help in the house. I might as well. They've been going to town on a garden the last like 4 days. So that's nice. Everything's pruned, fertilized, and my mom's finding grubs in my soil and all this fun stuff. So I'm like, all right, cool. Thanks for gardening for me. So I just get to reap the benefits.
Question.
Yeah.
How long are your parents staying with you?
They're not going to be here when you're here.
When are they leaving though? I know they're not going to be here. There's not going to be an overlap.
First week, 10 weeks. First week of September. Yeah,
they're still going to be around-ish though, right?
I'm putting them in a home.
Oh, wow. That sounds.
No, before they even started coming, you guys had booked us for that week. Plus Emma's going to be away and I'm going to be away for a little bit. So I told them months ago, like, hey, love to have you guys, but we're going to, like, if you want to go somewhere on vacation or whatever, we're going to get you an Airbnb for about 2 weeks.
Would it be wrong of me to make a request?
What's that? Pierogies, they'll be here. Yeah,
you know what I'm going to.
Yeah, the pierogies will be here. Yeah, they'll be pierogies.
All right.
Come on, I want the pierogies more. You're just gonna get the fringe benefits. Yeah.
All right. We're good.
This is gonna be the worst birthday ever.
You get to stay at home and eat Casey's pizza.
You've never had his mama's pierogies. They're so good.
Oh, you know what? Nick Brim and I are gonna go get Dirty Birds. That's what we're gonna do.
So
I'll have pierogies. I'm fine.
That's fine. Yeah, it's okay. Dirty Birds.
We're gonna go throw Casey's pizza into Standing Bear Lake.
Feed the fish. But that's been it, man. I've just been like, I've just been busy with family stuff. It's been a crazy week. The thing that's kind of at the forefront of my mind right now is, first of all, 4th of July is this weekend. I'm off tomorrow, so I'm going to be smoking stuff on a smoker for the party we're having on Saturday, and working in a shop to get the CNC set up. That's the two things I need to get done tomorrow.
Smoking stuff all day. Didn't you go through Dare? It's a
ganja
gateway meet.
No, Dare was just people trying to keep you from having fun. Get out of here. I wear Dare shirts are ironic.
I saw an AI generated Dare shirt, but it said, perhaps drugs.
Listen, all the stuff they told us was bad. Some of it was good.
That was a good shirt.
But aside from that, I'd love to get that done this weekend. We have the party on Saturday. You guys are invited. We invited you. I sent the invite.
I appreciate it. Like I said, I'm going to be a little late. Like
that's fine.
Several weeks.
3 weeks late, and then Braden's not coming. But the other thing is, so I'm going to the class in Austin in 2 weeks. It's a bent lamination class. So I still need to sit down with my best friend, ChatGPT, and figure out a design for something I want to make. Because
you have to design your own thing.
We actually I have a meeting on Monday. We have a Zoom call to like present designs.
Oh God!
Or like ideas, just like
It's going to be so obvious that you had ChatGPT do something for you. Dude, they're going to be
me. So it's me, Mary Sy, and Keith Johnson are all going together. And we are all like, did anyone else? No? Okay, me neither. And then we're all like, we're just going to have ChatGPT design it, right? I mean, listen, you throw some creative prompts in there and then see what it spits out. So I think it's a good use of the technology. Might as well, right? But I'm excited for the class. I'm a little stressed. And also the logistics of like whatever I make, I'm either going to throw in a dumpster or I have to pay to ship back. So let's just say I'm not making a coffee table.
Give it to charity or something.
I don't know who she is and where to find her. So I'm going to, oh God, no.
Don't worry, Pete. As your unofficial agent, I can find Charity so you can get the project to her.
Thank you. Jake Miller, Goodwill, if you could just get me Charity's number, that'd be great. That's his wife's name.
Oh, so right.
Yeah, see, the joke works. But that's it for my bench. And guys, let's wrap it up. It's a long episode.
Yeah, we've been talking too much.
Well, thanks for joining us. Live. Next week, Danny's joining us, right?
DIY Danny will be joining us next week.
So super stoked for that. I want to give a huge shout out to our sponsor, WTB Woodworking. Bill Burkle over there is doing amazing work. He's getting all the best brands together for you guys. Make sure you go check out his website or the local shop in Huntingdon Valley, PA. And then, Dan, you want to thank anyone?
I'd like to thank our patrons, frankly.
Yeah.
You guys really help us keep this this boat motoring.
I like it.
We're motorboating.
Yep. And we'll see you guys all next week, I guess.
Perhaps.
Right?
Perhaps trucks.
99% chance of AWP rain next week.
Dang. Another Woodshop podcast? Really excellent.
I don't know why all the shoulders and shrugs. Wait, we never played Morgan's message.
Oh, we're gonna post that. We're gonna post that directly to the page.
Yeah, yes, let's do it. All right, guys, thanks for joining us. We'll see y'all next week. Love y'all. Bye.
Bye.
Love you long time.
Love you long time.
Bye.